All right, class.
Yeah.
Okay, what am I going to write for my table of contents here? Inscribed quadrilaterals. Inscribed quadrilaterals. So now, what does the word scribe mean? Scribe means written in, so it's inscribed. It's drawn inside. So if it's an inscribed quadrilateral, it is drawn inside. Yes, thank you. All right, we have a slight error on this one right here. So I'm going to point this out first. There is an arrow. Error, cross it out. That should be measure angle D. No, crap, that one's C. Dang it, I wrote it on the wrong side. Measure angle C. So it's A and C, and then it's B and D. All right, you guys ready? You guys got your two colors? Your colors are very, very helpful on this one. All right, while you guys are getting that, I'm going to go over this real quick. Okay, if a quadrilateral is inscribed, so if I have a quadrilateral, so that is a four-sided shape drawn inside the circle with all the points, the vertices on the edge of the circle, then its opposite angles are supplementary. So, class, what is supplementary? 180, thank you. All right, you guys ready?
Yeah.
Are you ready yet? Okay. So, I'm going to put these together. So, I'm going to have a couple things. So, if these two opposite over here, these two are opposite, so A and C have to add up to 180, and then B and D have to add up to 180. So these are opposite each other. Okay? So now, first thing, we're going to try and use that information to figure out my opposite angles. First, what angle is opposite M?
What angle is opposite of M?
Yes.
K.
Very good. K is opposite M. So I know, so if I'm going to show you guys the whole steps. So it's going to be angle M plus angle K equals how much? 180, thank you. All right, so let's plug in the numbers. So it's going to be 45 plus angle K equals 180. What do I do now? Subtract 180 from both sides, right? So angle K is... Do that math. 135? Very good. So right here where it says angle K, I put 135 degrees. All right, so now the next part says J and L. So now L is opposite J, isn't it? So let's write that out. So it's going to be angle J plus angle L equals 180. So I'm going to say that angle J plus 92 equals 180. What do I do now? Subtract 92 from both sides. So angle J, 88 degrees. ¿Está muy fácil? So the hardest part is identifying which one's opposite, right? Okay. All right. Now for right here. Now instead of actually giving you all the vertices, it's just giving you some numbers and which ones to find. Okay? Angle right here where x is, that's opposite what?
78.
78, isn't it? So I should say that x plus 78 equals
180.
180. What do I do now?
Subtract 78 from both sides.
Subtract 78 from both sides. So you'd say x is 102. Okay. What's opposite y?
91.
So what am I going to write?
Y plus 91.
Equals
180.
89 degrees.
subtract 91 from both sides, right?
Yeah.
89.
Very easy, right? Okay, let's keep going. Now this next one gets a little bit interesting. So for this one, let's start off with, I only have one angle here, don't I?
Yeah.
Okay, if I only have one angle, can I find the one opposite that?
Yes.
Which one's opposite that?
A Q?
S. Yes, because I only have one, so I only have that, right? So it's going to be S. So I know that 93 plus angle S equals
180.
so subtract 93 from both sides. So
87.
there we go. Now it's time to actually use some of our colors here. Okay, so R. See where angle R is?
Yeah.
Angle R is right here. So this is the angle. Now, where are the endpoints of angle R?
On the side.
Q and S, very good. So now, if those are the endpoints, I'm going to do what I learned yesterday. And so it's going to go from here all the way to here. Right? Because those are my endpoints of that. Yes?
Yeah.
Okay. So now, can you tell me what that arc right there is going to be?
Major arc.
116.
What is it?
216.
216? So my major arc right here is going to be 216 degrees, right?
Okay.
Yes? Are you saying okay just to keep going, or you actually do understand that?
I'm just saying that as a sarcastic.
Yeah, because you added
So you don't get it?
126 and 90, right?
Yes, you're adding 126 because look at the pizza crust.
Hey, that's piece of paper.
Excuse me?
I'm sorry.
This pizza crust right here, look at the measure of this arc right here. So from here to here is 126. And then here to here is 90. So if I want to find from S to P to Q, what would you do with those two values?
Add them.
Add them together, right?
Oh, okay.
And so when I add them together, I get 216.
I didn't see
A little bit easier?
that. I didn't see that.
Okay. So now, let's take a look. Angle R has the endpoints of Q and S. From yesterday, I know that my formula for this, so angle R here would be, what was the formula from yesterday?
Parentheses x plus.
This is on the inside.
It's 1/2
1/2, very good.
of parentheses.
1/2 times, what is my arc?
216.
216.
108.
So angle R 108 degrees. Okay. So now I got that piece right there. So I'm going to put that there. 108. And we know that this other one over here is 87. Now, there's a rule. There's a rule in this. I don't know if you guys ever heard of it. A whole circle adds up to how much? 360, right? A whole circle adds up to 360. But now, if it is a inscribed quadrilateral, all angles add up to 360 degrees. So it's only for the inscribed in a circle for this. So all quadrilaterals will, the interior angles always add up to 360. But when we get into the quadrilaterals unit later on, this is going to pop up a lot. Okay? So if they all have to add up to 360, you're going to need some of that information later on. But for this one right here, what angle is opposite R? P. So to find P, I know that angle P plus 108 equals 180. Right? Who's that? Oh. So, subtract 108 from both sides.
P equals 72 degrees.
Ah, 72 degrees right there. All right, so now I want you guys to take a look. Do me a favor. Now that this is all done, add all three of these together. Don't we get 360 here?
Yeah.
So, if you ever are in trouble with this and you're like, oh, hey, crap, I forgot what to do, all three interior angles together have to add up to 360. And then you would solve that accordingly. All right. So, now that you got your colors out, let's solve. Since we don't have a single interior angle here, but we have some arcs. I'm going to start with D. What is the endpoints for angle D? And C. So let's actually color that arc. So from A to C is my arc for angle D, isn't it? Because angle D is this one right here, right? So it's all the way down to here. Those are my endpoints for that arc. Like that. What is the measure of the arc AC?
39 plus 61.
39 plus 61, which gives me 100. Very good. If this is 100, we have to go through and find the angle. So the formula for that, again, goes back to yesterday's notes. So let's say that angle D is equal to 1/2 of 100. Angle D is, you say 113?
No.
What do we get? 50, thank you, I'm sorry. So right here, I'm going to put in 50 right there.
It's 50.
50. There we go. Are we okay now? Okay, so now before I actually get too much into that, I'm going to take my second color. And now I'm going to look at A. You'll see why here in a second. Because I have all these arcs out here, don't I? If I have all those arcs, what are the endpoints for angle A? B and D. Do I know the measure of the arcs all the way from B to D? Yes. So I'm going to take this, and take my second color, and I'm going to show you. So from B all the way over to D, I get that right there, right? Okay. What is the major arc BCD?
2.7.
6.
What'd you get?
B. Oh, BCD? Never mind.
208.
208. How'd you get 208?
You added 61 and 147.
60, 61 and 147 together, you said 208. You guys see that well? Okay. So that comes out to be 208. Now for that, so we're going to try and solve for angle A now. So if my endpoints are B and D, my arc is 208, so I would say that it's going to be angle A equals
Wait, what?
angle A, right here, right? I know the arc, don't I? If I know the arc from B to D, this is the formula from yesterday. What was the formula from yesterday?
Half.
1/2, right? Because I'm over here at angle A now.
Of 30. What?
I'm right here. This angle A,
Oh, isn't it half of 208?
yes, it's going to be half of 208.
Angle 4?
Now, do you understand? My endpoints are from B to D, right? So if the endpoints are from B to D, the arc is BCD, right?
Yes.
So the angle, the inscribed angle, is always half of my arc. So angle A is 104 degrees. Now, I have two of my angles here. They're going to be very helpful here. What is opposite A?
C.
C. So, together, I know that if A is opposite C, what do I know?
That they
C.
both equal 180.
They do, so what am I going to write?
Angle C plus 104 equals 180, right?
Very good. Good job. So what would I do to both sides?
Subtract 104 for both sides.
Very good. So angle C is
76.
76.
76 degrees. Okay. So what is opposite angle D?
B.
B, right? So together, I know that if B is opposite D, what do you know?
But they're going to add us to 1.
They're adding up to 180, right? They're adding up to 180, so what would I write?
Angle B plus 50 equals 180.
Very good. Angle
Or angle D plus
B plus
angle D.
50, which is angle D, right? Equals
180.
180. Subtract 50 from both sides.
You get 130.
Angle B is 130 degrees. So 130. C is 76. And A was 104 degrees. Identify the endpoints, identify your angles to go with the arcs, and it makes it a whole lot easier. All right. Practice. Where's our practice? Okay, practice matches just what we did. The only ones that are going to be slightly different is like this one right here. So for this one right here, can you guys see that? Yeah. All right, so P and R together, they're opposite, aren't they? I know that P plus R has to do what? Add up to 180. So I would go 4x minus 1 plus 12x minus 27 equals 180, right? Now, we're going to solve for x, and then you plug it back in to get the angle. This one says when you're done, find the measure of arc QPS. QPS. You're finding that arc there when you're done. What angle goes with that? R, because it has the endpoints of Q and S. That's going to be angle goes with that, right? So you have to use the formula from yesterday for this. All right. There you go. Got you guys set up.